What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. DD out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Pittsburgh. Dan is in Yellowstone. Yellowstone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, dude is really catching us off guard with the locations that he's traveling to these days between Cleveland and then that's in like Idaho, right?
Wyoming.
See, the fact that he's going somewhere that we can't even tell you for sure where it is, like I think he might be having an identity crisis.
Wow. Steel City Identity Crisis might be his new name.
Steel City Breakdown.
Yes. Because, well, at least Yellowstone is a vacation destination for people who know where Yellowstone is.
Yeah, but like it's also a vacation destination for people who are known nature seekers. Does that describe your friend?
It does not describe your friend either. No.
You disowning Dan? He's not your friend anymore. He's my friend. It's my responsibility.
I'm like, don't put his trips just on me solely. Like, we both are friends with him. But yeah, it's very interesting. Like, you know, Dan is someone who once got out of a relationship because of the trip that she was going to take him on. And like now he's going to Yellowstone. So he must love Shannon a lot.
I guess. That's a good sign. That's a good sign for his marriage.
Yeah. But also Shannon doesn't strike me as a Yellowstone person either. And granted, I know nothing about Yellowstone. So.
Neither do I, man. Like I know they got big trees there. And I think there's like cliffs and scenic overlooks.
Okay. All right. I know there's a TV show called Yellowstone.
There is. That is true.
I don't know if they film it there, but I know that it's called it. Yep.
That's about it.
That's it. Well, Dan's in Yellowstone. We're going to hear from him here in a couple minutes. And we're going to be talking, dad stuff, things we irrationally hate about being a dad, and Father's Day. We're going to chat about that because we're both fathers, and Father's Day is this week, and the weirdest things we saw on the internet as well. So it's going to be a fun brunch breakdown. Chris, let everybody know where they can find us.
Google me, baby. Google me, and you're going to find it. The Brunch Breakdown is on literally every podcast streaming platform that there is, both audio and video. So look us up. From what I understand, actually, so Spotify, I think, is the top audio streaming platform now for podcasts. And like YouTube is apparently competing with Apple Podcasts for like the second spot, from what I understand, because people like to have the ability to watch but then also just passively listen, and you can kind of toggle back and forth. So those are some places that we exist. We're on social media at Brunch Breakdown, and we would love it if you follow along, if you subscribe to the podcast, and if you do, and you have not done it yet, leave us a 5-star rating and a review. In the review, tell us who you hate the most on this podcast, and we will read it on a future episode. I promise you. If you do that, I promise you we will read it. And I look forward to it all probably being about me, but that's okay. I'm ready.
Dude, I love that. Like, I don't know. The YouTube podcasting is great because like when I'm like folding clothes, like I was folding clothes in the afternoon, I throw up a podcast on YouTube. It's like someone's in the room with me while I'm folding all 8 million clothes of my children.
Speaking of dad brunch, like, dude, the amount of laundry we do laundry every single day, like every day. I used to post on my Instagram, what was it, laundry and lifting, or lifting and laundry, because I lift 5 days a week, and every single time I lift, I do laundry. But now, like, we go to the pool on the weekends, and so there's a million bathing suits and towels to wash. And then, like, for Monday, the kids' stuff for daycare has to be every single day. That washer and dryer run. It's insane. So, if you're a dad out there or a mom out there who does the same, turn on the Brunch Breakdown while you're folding laundry for 2.5 hours.
That's a nice preview for our topic later on in the show. Well, Chris, it's time to get it off our chest, even though that sort of was, but it's time to let's get random topics off our chests. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. I had a like kind of dad centric one to go with, but I'm going to go to a different direction because this one within the last, well, really, it's a constant thing on my mind, but it's one that over the last couple of weeks is just driving me crazy. And this is not fitness brunch, but we're going to dive into a fitness topic here. I want to talk about influencers.
Hey.
If you follow anybody in the fitness industry who at least once a day has either a discount code or a link to purchase in their story, they do not care about you. They just don't. And like maybe there's 1% of exceptions, but straight up, dude, like it drives me crazy. It drives me absolutely crazy. Like, are you and the ones that make me the most frustrated are coaches, like people who are supposed to be personal trainers and then all they do is promote other shit. Like what is your goal here? Do you want to help people or do you want to make 3% commission on the supplements that you're, but like it's ridiculous. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And that's it. I just can't stand it. It drives me absolutely crazy.
Dude, I 100% understand what you mean. I wonder that about a lot of people who do that, unless they're like somewhat in like fashion or something. But I just wonder that about a lot of people who do the discount code thing. Because I'm like, you don't have that much reach. It's not like so when I see people do it, I'm like, okay, like that's fine. Like whatever, make a couple dollars. That's cool. But like, don't flood my feed with it. Because like most people who actually make money doing that, like they send out one code out there or like one Amazon link out there and the whole thing is sold out in like 5 seconds because they have that much reach. It actually means something. But then there's just then there's millions of other people who do this and no one's here for that.
No, like, and if you've seen this before and you wonder like, wow, they must make bank off the people who share it all the time they make almost nothing from it. I promise you that much. You're exactly right. People with huge audiences who get like thousands and thousands of views on their stories make a decent amount of money from the promo codes that they put out there. But like most companies who do promo codes, you get like a very, very small percentage. So you would have to sell a massive amount of whatever the product is to actually make money off of it. And yeah, that's why I have one discount code. I work with a supplement company, but like I almost never put it out there because I don't want to come off as like shilling people for every last cent they have. It's just like off-putting to me. Yeah. If you're doing that and you're listening, just stop.
Yeah, dude. You know, keep doing what you're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Unless you created the product. Unless you were a part of the team that created the product that, hey, you share that shit every single day, put that on your t-shirt, put that on a hat, do that, everything you do. If you created like the stretch band or whatever the fuck it is that you're doing, then it's, dude, more power to you. But if you're just going to put somebody else's shit in every post you make, what's the point? Yeah. Like it's somebody else's stuff. Has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, the thing you promote. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, there's this one coach I know. Her name's Casey. She's part of a very small group of people who, like, I think founded this meal prep company, and like, so she always has her link in there. It's like, well, that's your deal. Like, and that makes total sense. But like, stop trying to make 15 cents per cheap bracelet, like that you're putting. Just stop. Like, I don't know. It's too much.
Yeah. There should be rules. There should be rules to that. Like there should just be like, if you quit your job for this link, all yours. Do what you want. Put it out there forever for everything and everybody. But if you didn't, you get like 2 per week.
Yeah. Come on, man. We need to put a max on these things.
Yeah. All right. So I got to get this off my chest. Stores. random stores. I'm not talking about Target. I'm not talking about Walmart. I'm not talking about places where this should happen. I'm talking about Home Depot, Lowe's. We went to this store called At Home and got a bunch of outdoor furniture. I'm talking about living spaces. I'm talking about any of these places that shouldn't have candy and toys in the front of the store. Like, do you understand? We have to take children to these stores. And your kids can act perfectly fine throughout the store, especially when you go to a furniture store, somewhere where they can actually like interact with the things and it's not crazy because it's like, hey, man, I mean, there's beds here. Like, go ahead, jump on them. Doesn't matter. Like, this is what we're here for. They're acting perfectly fine. And then they get to the front of your fucking store. Lowe's, why do you have Sour Patch Kids? Why do you have Tonka trucks? Why do you have this stuff at the front of the store and then it is meltdown central? Like, insane. Best Buy too. Screw you guys. You have everything to play with in the back that like I'm trying to like hold my kids back from. I don't want them touching TVs. I don't want them grabbing like remotes and all this other stuff. And it's just like trying to fight with them at Best Buy. But then it's like, okay, but you're here. There's all this stuff going on. So I have to like understand that. But then you get to the front of the store, everybody's cool, we're leaving, and then they want everything, all these little things in the front of the store. And I'm like, it has to stop. It has to stop. I understand it when we're at certain stores, but when we go to Lowe's or Home Depot, I don't want to have to deal with this. You shouldn't have monster trucks in the front of your store. Like, what are you doing? It is the most annoying thing. Like, stop doing this, people. Stop doing it. I know why you do it, but I need somebody to stop it. Like, somebody. I had to get it off my chest. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I'm with you, man, from a number of perspectives, but especially from the parenting perspective. You don't, until you have kids, you don't realize like some stuff like this. Like, I think once you have kids and then you go out into public, like before you have kids, like you're very tunnel vision, you have the blinders on, right? And then when you have kids, like you're paying attention to everything because you have to. And then you like see the world in this totally different frame, this totally different lens. And it's like a movie where it's like, oh, everything zooms out and you realize the problem. Like, this is a problem. It's a huge, and the Home Depot reference is perfect. I've been saying that forever. Why? No, I'm not going to phrase a question like that. I'm just going to make a statement. Nobody is going to Home Depot to pick up candy. Right?
Thank you.
There should be rules against this. There should be rules against how many discount codes you can use on Instagram. And there should be rules about like, what's the purpose of your store? And then what are you allowed to sell?
Dude, you know, and you mentioned the whole, like, you know, zooming out thing. Like, I used to like it when there would just be like Skittles right there. Cause I'm like, you know what? It's right there. Grab these Skittles up. Now I absolutely hate it. Because as soon as we get to the front of the store, it's like, I need this, Dad. I want this. Or just like Major will just grab something and try to walk out the door with it. Like, and I'm just like, no. And then it's meltdown central in front of the whole store. And I was like, this was a fine day. Now it's to shit. Thank you, Lowe's. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lowe's. You're great. I'm so happy you have toys in the front of your store.
Yeah.
It's dumb. You shouldn't have magic mixies or whatever the fuck these things are my daughter puts in water and it turns into something. You shouldn't have them.
Yeah, right? We got one of those one time. Just ridiculous.
Dude. Trash. Just trash. So, stores of the world, of America, stop. There's places where I should have to handle tantrums. There's places I shouldn't.
Yeah, look, maybe, you know, there should be some type of chain of stores that are like safe places for parents, families. You know, like Walmart, but, well, Walmart's a bad example. Like, well, let's just go with the hardware store. Like the hardware store that's just a hardware store. And it's a safe place.
Yeah, like, there's got to be something, or there should be like a separate exit. Like there should be the family exit.
Oh, I like
Home
that
Depot.
Because they already have different types of aisles, so this isn't like unprecedented.
Yeah, there's 100 aisles. You can give me a different exit.
Yeah,
like
one for only families.
Yeah, that has nothing in it. Absolutely nothing. Like nothing to distract them. You just go past the toilets and you go out the door. That's it. Like,
maybe it should be
need
in
it.
the bathroom, because literally, I mean, you can't leave a store without taking a bathroom break anyway. So just like,
Yeah.
let's use the bathroom and then go out the back door. There's a special stall in the bathroom with a cash register.
Ooh.
That would be shitty to be the employee who has to work in the bathroom.
It's literally.
Literally.
But somebody's got to do it, man.
Yeah.
Listen, there's 16-year-olds every day who need to start working. Somebody's got to go work the family bathroom register. Oh man. All right, let's get into Brews Day. I got one this week. Finally got my hands on it this summer. It's been a minute. The dopest IPA. The dopest IPA, Crown and Hops Brewing. I love this beer. It is my favorite hazy IPA. Black-owned brewery in Los Angeles. I love everything they're about. And I know they're opening a tap room in I think in 2025, and I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I just freaking love this beer. So the dopest IPA. Love it.
Like the black and
dope.
gold I like the black and gold on the can. It's nice.
I know it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Nice. I have a non-alcoholic, another one from Athletic Brewing. You get a little bit of the crack there for you. I've had this one before on the show. It's the Lemon Radler. This is the one I had it, I don't know, like a month ago, and it doesn't taste like beer. So it's delightful to have in the morning because you're not going to get shit-faced, and it kind of tastes like a brunchy type of drink, right?
Okay.
A little citrusy breakfast flavor. So have one before work, folks, and enjoy your day.
Have any of your kids tasted a non-alcoholic beer? They just like grabbed it up?
No. Why have yours? Have yours?
Okay, no. Mine have not. I heard this on Kristen Bell, actress.
Yeah.
Which she's one of the people in Frozen, I believe.
Anna.
Yeah, she's one of those people. Anyways, she was on the Kelly Clarkson show talking about her husband, Dax Shepard, is like a recovering alcoholic, so they have like a lot of non-alcoholic stuff in their house. And one of their kids just like grabbed it up and just like drank it in like public, and people were just like, "That kid drinking a beer?" And like, yeah, it's non-alcoholic, but like, I guess like they just like walk around with him all the time or whatever. So I thought about you when I saw this. I was like, oh, that's interesting, because they're just like, oh yeah, it's just like, it's just juice.
Yes.
Thought about it, and I was like,
I guess maybe there's still like technically, I mean, it's like 0.5% alcohol, right? Like there's still technically a little bit in it, but
yeah, I don't know. It was literally saw it. I'll send you the clip after the show. I was just like, this is weird. All right.
Yeah, it seems like a strange thing to put on the internet, but
yeah,
whatever works for their family. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah. And then Kelly Clarkson said something about her daughter drinking champagne, and it just went off the rails. And I was like, this is a lot, guys. This is a lot for daytime television. Let's cut it off. Cut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Oh man. All right. Well, okay. So let's go to Dan. He's in Yellowstone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to the main menu, let's go to Dan, who's live from Yellowstone, telling us something, and I'm not exactly sure what. Here's your friend, Dan Canop.
Boys, how we doing? Wanted to check in since I'm not there this week, as you can see from the really hideous views behind me in eastern Idaho here, just outside of Yellowstone National Park. But seriously, like absolutely ridiculous views behind me. But so wanted to check in. And it seems like every time I travel, I've got some travel tips, because we've got a lot of problems in this country. And travel etiquette just seems to be one of those we can't get right. And every time I go on a trip, I feel like I have to share this to try to really fix some of these issues that we're dealing with as a society as a whole when we travel. First and foremost, if you sit in the middle seat, the aisle seat. If you sit on the aisle seat in an airplane for a long flight, call it over an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's not long, but not a short flight, moderate to long flight. If you're in that middle seat, you cannot fall asleep. That's just the rule. You signed up for that. If anybody in the middle or the aisle needs to get up, use a restroom, grab a bag, whatever it might be, you can't be asleep, because then we have to wake you up, and that's uncomfortable for everybody. So aisle seaters, stay awake or pick a different seat, okay? Second thing, real awkward for me on one of the flights out here today. I was the lucky individual whose screen, the screens in the back of the seats, a lot of these planes have these now where you can watch movies that they have or listen to music and whatnot. I picked the lucky seat that the screen was broken. So I became one of those screen watchers. You know who I'm talking about. You know the type. The screen watchers that watch other people's screens, can't hear anything, but they're watching it anyways. That was me for about 2.5 hours today, watching people's screens of the rows in front of me. Super awkward. My Spotify wasn't working. It was just, things were really not going according to plan. I couldn't even watch my wife's screen because they have these like privacy protectors in the aisle that you're in, but not in front. I can see what they're watching the whole time. And the last thing I want to share is we have to stop traveling on Saturdays and Saturday mornings. Airports on Saturday mornings, guys, it's a shit show. It's a mess. It's a mess of people. I know it's convenient to travel on Saturdays. Sometimes it's cheaper to travel on Saturdays, but we're doing way too much of it. We're doing way too much of it because you got to get to the airport sometimes before it even opens to beat those lines, to get through security. It's just too much. It's just too much. We got to do better. We got to do better. Our airports got to do better. As a society, we have to do better. We can do this, people. We can learn. We can be better. Our travel etiquette needs to get better. But boys, again, sorry I can't be there with you this week. Hope you have a great episode, and I look forward to catching up with you next week. Cheers.
Dan. You know what this sounds like to me, Dee?
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like Dan needs to go on a nice drive across the country. What do you think?
Oh, yes, he does.
I can't relate to any of those problems because you know what? Chris Gates drives his car. Okay. So no screen watching. I'm just watching the road, baby. If people fall asleep, I got my own seat. I got my own door. I can get out whenever I want. It's pretty nice. Just something to think about. There's pros to this whole driving thing.
Chris, when you go on these road trips, you need your own Instagram or Twitter account that is Chris Gates drives his car. Like, you need to get that right now. Like, go get that. Chris Gates drives his car, just so when you miss the brunch breakdown to go to Wisconsin or to go to North Carolina. Are you guys driving to Florida when you do?
We are flying.
Or are you flying? Okay, you're flying. Well, you can also, you'll have some stuff to say about this too. So Chris Gates flies.
Yeah. It'll be my last flight since our last trip to Florida.
Yeah.
We got to go that far away for us to get on a plane.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at least you're not driving. We drove to Florida when I was growing up. So. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Never ever again. Never ever. But yeah, we need your account for road trips. So get that account and only use it, the Wisconsin Thanksgiving, whenever you guys do this, that's what we need. You and Katie both can have access to. Hell, the kids can have access to it. Back on the tablets, letting us know.
I'll flood it with sponsored posts too. I'll post all those links that I never post, but it'll be like road trip type of links, like 15% off beef jerky and shit. Like, it's gonna be great. Dude,
that'd be awesome if you could get sponsored by AAA. Just get 3 cents for every click onto I don't know, like an amusement park link or something. Like 15% off a Great Wolf Lodge. All right. Well, shouts to Dan in Yellowstone. He looked like he was just in a field. I'm still trying to. I thought he was gonna tell us something about what they were gonna do there. I'm still confused. I don't know. I'm lost. Okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot happening.
Yeah,
a lot happening.
That's it. You got it. A lot of not. Yep.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
All right, well, let's get into the main menu. So it's Father's Day coming up, and we're both dads. And I had a topic on my mind because there are these things that like Siobhan always rolls her eyes at me about that I absolutely hate and would trade anything in the world not to do. So I don't know what you irrationally hate about being a dad, and hit us up at Brunch Breakdown if you're listening and you have some irrational hates about being a dad too. My number one is making lunches. I absolutely hate making lunches. I don't know why it bothers me so much. I don't know why I hate it so much, but it's just something about it. It feels like it takes me an hour to make them, but it doesn't. It takes like 5 or 10 minutes to make them. I hate doing it. I hate the thought that goes through it. I hate I don't like it. I hate making lunches. I wish God, I hate making lunches.
That's fair. I actually haven't had like the full on experience with that because the daycare, well, for our two oldest, they provide the food there, but we have to make food and bottles for Hallie. So that kind of is an annoying process, like putting the bottles together, because I feel like it's always at the last minute, and then you're like, oh shit, where's the milk? How much are they supposed to get? I got to pour it all in. Oh, I spilled. I got to wipe all this stuff up and like get it in. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then when you're like trying to do it right before you get out of the door, it definitely does feel like it's taking forever, even if it's only taking a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I remember, dude, having them make the bottles because we had to do that for Mayhem because she went to school earlier than the other two. That was annoying. That was really annoying. And then one day, like I'm driving and I just noticed like my seat's wet. All the bottles had just like leaked in the thing. Yeah. It's like, cool.
I'm good.
This is great. Yeah. So yeah, had to get the car detailed. It was just a gross, expensive thing. Yeah. I'm happy I don't have to do that anymore. But making lunches is terrible. So I'm happy Saoirse's going to like actual school next year and she'll be eating hot lunch. Have fun. Enjoy your cream turkey on a biscuit or whatever kids eat these days at school. Do your thing.
Okay, so the key with irrationally angry is like the irrational part, right? Like there's no reason you should be as angry about it as you are. And I really thought a lot about this because Dee posed this topic to me like 6 days ago. And I've somehow justified almost everything that makes me angry. It's like, well, there's at least a little bit of a reason that it's okay to be angry about this. But I have two in particular that like, it really shouldn't make me as angry as I get. Okay. The one that's at the top of the list right now, because we've been doing swim lessons and now we're going to the pool in the summer, the outdoor pool, is at the end, getting the kids changed to then get in the car. Like they're just like way too hyped up because they'd just been playing in the pool for like 2 hours or however long in the sun, like delirious because they're also tired at the same time. You know what I mean? And then we go into the family bathroom and all they want to do is touch the grossest shit. And that's where I get to like, okay, there is like a shred of it here where it's like, it's understandable why I get, but like, I'm ready to get in the car. I'm ready to go home, get these kids to like have some quiet time or take naps or whatever. And it is just a shit show. It is just complete chaos in that family bathroom. And if you've ever like gone into one of those and wondered, why does it look this way? It's because families like mine go in there all day and tear shit apart. And then like, if you're there in the afternoon wondering why everything is wet and soggy, it's because of families like mine. But like we go in there and it's like a steel cage match, trying to get kids changed into like dried off, changed into their clothes. It's insanity. So that's definitely my number one.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with swim lessons. And like, we've been doing swim lessons for a while now because here it's such a, it's such a, I don't know, it's such a, like it's actually an actual fear you have because so you don't know who has a pool from what house to the next. So I'm like, you have to learn how to swim before you start going to other people's houses. Like you're gonna, because I've almost got an almost 6-year-old. It's like you're gonna be going to people's houses like in a couple years. Like just like dad's not gonna be going, mom's not gonna be going. We're gonna dropping you off places. So many people have pools. You're just like, fuck, got to do this. But man, every time I think about it, whenever like she gets out the pool and it's like you have to like, and she's like demands to have her like hair washed after. It's a whole thing. It's just annoying, but you got to learn how to swim. Gotta swim.
Yeah. The necessary evil.
All right. Irrational hate. You mentioned it earlier and I had it already written down. Laundry. I irrationally hate doing laundry. Like I am literally folding clothes for these people and I'm just wanting to throw everything away. Like the joy that I get when I see a hole in something and I can just throw it in the garbage, it makes me way too happy.
Do you like crossover dunk it in there?
100%. Like 100%. It's tribute to Kobe. It's all the things. Like it's just like I get way too happy when there's something that I just am like, I don't think this fits anymore. Yep. Throw it out. It's like, 12 months. What's this doing in here? Out of here. Just out the door. Like completely gone. Like I hate doing it. We have to do laundry so much. And then whenever we decide like, I don't think we need to do it. Then it's like dance is like the next day. Like this happened yesterday. And then Serge is like, where's my dance clothes? And I'm like, fuck, we didn't do laundry. And I'm just like, and then it was meltdown central yesterday because she didn't have the right dance clothes for dance class. And it was just awful. But I hate doing it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate folding clothes for these people. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And this is something that's like basically never going to stop. Like, I just hate it. Yeah. I hate washing these people's clothes.
Yeah, it's never going to stop because you're never going to have less people until they go to college. So
no. And then and then here's the problem with that. If they go somewhere close, they're just going to bring that shit home anyways. And then somebody's going to wash them. That's what happened with me. So who am I to say, no, you're going to wash your own clothes? No, I came home like every 2 weeks to wash clothes.
Are you going to be, are you confident that you'll be, you won't be the parent who'll be excited to wash the clothes to just help your kid out a little bit?
Oh, I know I'm going to be. I already know I'm going to be. That's the problem. It's like, I need them, it's like, I need my kid to go to, like, I don't want them to leave the state, but like go to Stanford. They can't come home to wash. They're not going to, you're not coming down 5 hours, 6 hours to wash clothes. Not doing that. Not doing that. But now if you go to USC or UCLA, we're fucked. Like we're just screwed, Yeah.
No pressure to your kids, but like unless they get it accepted to Stanford, or Cal Berkeley. Otherwise,
you even realize what I just said.
Yeah. If you get into the Ivy League, it's cool. Otherwise, I feel that one. Yeah, shout out to my mom because when we got our house, my parents, their housewarming gift was a washer dryer for us.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was nice, right? And when we went to pick it out, my mom came with us and she had like the future in mind, knowing we were going to have kids and everything. And she like pointed us in the direction of a brand and a style that like is super durable. And for all of you future parents out there, like don't go for the thing that lets you turn on a light and look inside and also like hook it up to Bluetooth. That shit doesn't matter. Okay. For this purpose, get the most basic, durable washer and dryer that you possibly can because you're going to work the ever living shit out of that machine. It runs every single day, 365 days a year for at least 15 years. That's insane. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know ours isn't going to last that long. It's going to die at some point, but we've lived in this house almost 10 years now and it's done a pretty good job. So yeah. The other thing that comes to mind based on you saying that is the worst part about doing laundry for your family as a dad is when your wife doesn't tell you that she just bought a whole new wardrobe for the kids and just throws it in to the clothes to be washed. And then all of a sudden you have like 74 socks that need to be washed and paired up. That should not be my job. Okay. You're the one who bought this stuff, but then it's my responsibility. No. Because like I don't really pay attention, right? Like the laundry goes in a couple baskets, put them all together, I throw them in the thing. I don't know what's in there until I get to the folding portion. And that's when sometimes I get irrationally angry, Didi.
Trust me, dude. Laundry is just like a lot of my problem. Really, laundry and lunches. Do you have anything else?
I got one other. One more. And it sounds really bad.
It's fine.
These days, walks are making me irrationally angry. Going for walks with my family. And you think when you're going to have kids, like we'll go for a nice stroll as a family. It's going to be this beautiful thing. And it is when they're 4 months old and they're just along for the ride. But like when your kids start learning how to ride bikes and then they get scooters and all this shit, like and I'm in Western Pennsylvania. I live on the top of a mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
When you start the walk, everything's fine. But then halfway through the walk, the kids decide they don't want those things anymore. And I have 3 kids. So we got 1 kid in a stroller. We got 1 kid on a bike. We got 1 kid on a scooter. There's only 2 seats in the stroller. Then the 2 kids who are on the bike and the scooter decide they don't want the bike and the scooter anymore. So we leave those in the front yard of a random neighbor that we don't know. Okay. And we keep walking. We're like, we'll pick them up on our way back. And then these 2 are just fighting over the 1 seat that's available. And then somebody decides they want to get back on the thing, but then they get on the thing and then they fall and they skin their knee. And then we got to rush home because they need, it's a lot, man. Walks are not the calming family activity that most people think that they are.
No, you think once your kid starts using a scooter or a bike or whatever, that they're going to ride that thing around the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah.
No, you end up carrying whatever you take with you.
The kid and the bike.
Like you are carrying the kid, you're carrying the bike. Because I was walking with Mayhem the other day. Everything's going good. Then all of a sudden, she stops walking. And I'm like, all right. And then she just goes, all right. So scooter, Mayhem, me and her. And it's never in a spot where it's easy to go back. It's always stops at a spot where it's like, all right, we're basically just doing this whole walk now with me holding both of you.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's never in a good spot. It's always like right at the end where you're like, God damn it. We just got to do this whole God damn it. It's terrible.
Like I'm not happy, but at the same time, I'm happy that you understand this one.
No, dude.
Walks like that. I'm glad for you that you have your new fake robotic back so you can handle that.
Trust me, dude. Oof, man. I think about that all the time. Like, I don't know what my life would be like without it. I don't know. Like, I'm honestly not sure. Like, whew, man, life, I'm telling you, if this is why, listen, this is a nice little note for all the dads out there. Listen, if you are, late 30s, you got something that's been going on since you were, I don't know, 21, go get it checked out before you have children. Just shout here. Or you got 1 kid, make sure you get it checked out. You never know. They might tell you, hey, physical therapy will fix it. Or maybe this little shot will fix it. Or you'll have to go get, major surgery and then that'll fix it. But go talk to an expert.
Get it fixed.
Yeah, go figure it out. Talk to an expert. All right. Well, Father's Day.
Yeah.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because Father's Day is coming up. And this is the first year for me. This is what Father's Day means to me this year. It's the first year for me that I'm like, you know what? It's my day too. Because for the past, what are we talking? 5 years or whatever. I've just thought it's Mother's Day, the sequel. Like, I don't need a day. What do I need? I don't need a day. This year, though, yep, I feel like a father. Just feel like it. Feels like I am one. Feels like I deserve to have the whole house to be silent and quiet and everyone leave. Feels like it. Just feels like it's time. This is now officially Father's Day. This is me. Yep.
All right. Well, congratulations.
There comes a point, people like to, glorify it on social media and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, you're a father. You haven't even had your kid yet. You're like, oh yeah, your wife's 6 months pregnant. Oh, happy Father's Day. Like, no. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not a father. 2-year-old, you're not a father. Sorry, 3-year-old, not a father. So no. But there's just a point. Like I feel like one. right now. So happy Father's Day to me.
Happy Father's Day, DD. I definitely feel like a dad too. It's funny though, because this year I told Katie, like, I think we can stop pretending like this is a day that needs to be something.
Okay.
Like I basically told her like ahead of time, let's just give up. I don't want to. I don't. My two least favorite days of the year are actually my birthday and Father's Day, because they're like days where the expectation from elsewhere is that it like is supposed to be this whole special thing, and it's like, do I even want it to be this special thing? But then they make you think it's supposed to be this special thing, and then chaos just ends up ensuing, and it's like, well, like we didn't even have to go through all this. We could have just treated it like a normal day. So I'm just not a big fan of it. And it's funny because just this week I saw this sketch from a stand-up comedian. I forget the guy's name. It was hilarious though. He was talking about Father's Day, and he's like, you realize that Father's Day is in terms of most celebrated holidays is 20th. And he's like, Mother's Day is, I think, second or third. And then he goes through this whole thing about like Halloween is like 14th. He's like, we celebrate dead people more than we celebrate fathers. It was very, very funny. Yeah. And I just think we can like stop pretending like it needs to be a thing. We could just not do it. And I'd be fine with that.
When have you ever been excited about Father's Day? Think about that.
I was excited about it as a kid.
Okay, you were excited about it as a kid. Like, I don't remember, like, there was probably a point where I was, but I know, like, for most of the time, it was like, oh, it's Father's Day. But, like, my dad also was just like, listen, my dad worked, like, 12-hour shifts in a mill, like, every day. So he was like, just leave the house. So it's just like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we went to Disney World one year without my dad during the week of Father's Day.
What a move. Holy shit.
Like, talk about a genius right there. Like, Mayor Dudley right there. Genius. Yeah. Like, yeah, like it's like Father's Day. I'm not, so I probably was excited about it, but then it was like, yeah, my dad just wants to be left alone, and that's Father's Day. So it was like not seeing my dad let me know my dad was having a great day.
Yeah, like I just don't like days with expectations. I really don't. I'm not a big fan. Like I didn't even have a graduation party after high school because like I felt uncomfortable with the idea of like me throwing a party for myself and then telling people to bring me gifts. Like I just never liked this stuff. So I just would rather not do it. And my dad, so we always go sailing. My dad's always been like, let's go sailing. It's a nice way to spend Father's Day. Like that's, I think like just going to do something. Like it could just be going to have lunch somewhere or like going to I wish Father's Day, let's be honest, all fathers could probably rally around the idea of like, it doesn't have to be the month after Mother's Day. Just because we just did Mother's Day doesn't mean then we have to do Father's Day. Can we put Father's Day like on that Labor Day weekend when there's 5 straight days of football? Can we do that? And then just like give me a day to watch football? Can we move it?
Oh, you got something. You know what? Like, this is how I do my birthday. And this is why, a lot of people say that I celebrate my birthday for a month. I really don't. I just don't care about my birthday if it happens Monday through Friday. Like, if it happens on Saturday, it's on a Saturday or it's on a Sunday, it's on the weekend, cool. But like, other than that, we can celebrate my birthday on February 2nd. We can celebrate my birthday on February 28th. It doesn't matter if my birthday is on a Wednesday. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm an adult with a job and kids. Wednesday birthdays don't match. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not in college. We're not going to freaking Thirsty Thursdays or whatever the fuck. No, it's Thursday. Who gives a shit? So that's how I feel like you should celebrate Father's Day. You should be like, listen, Father's Day is Labor Day weekend. Or whatever that first college football weekend, or whatever the weekend is of the first weekend of games that like actually matter to you. Because like you don't want to blow Father's Day on Pitt Wofford. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's Pitt Kent State this year.
Excuse me. You're torn.
Damn.
You're gonna have your face like half painted, have a half jersey.
I'm gonna be the only person divided at that football game.
You're gonna be like Mama Kelsey, New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call up the radio stations and try to get on there too. And just talk to everybody.
Yeah, you should really do that. Just give your perspective. I made that drive many times, man, many times. Oh my God. But yeah, Father's Day. I have a plan for Father's Day, but I'm gonna leave that off the podcast. I'm gonna talk to you about it right after we get off. So I have a thought.
Okay.
I have a thought. I have a plan. I have a plan. I want to put it out there for the world. I don't want to get too hot. I don't want to get two people to know. So I got a plan. All right. Let's get into, before we get out of here, let's get into weirdest things we saw on the internet this week, Christopher. And the reason I brought this up is because, I mean, I don't know what I clicked on. I don't know if it's because I follow my dad on Facebook or whatever, but I got an ad for the Cleveland Browns fan cruise. A 5-day all-inclusive Caribbean cruise for Cleveland Browns fans. If this isn't the reason we have this segment, I don't know why we have this segment. This is the weirdest thing I've seen this year. Why on earth would you want a bunch of Cleveland Browns fans on a boat? To do what? To do what?
Never mind the fact that it's like right after the Super Bowl. So they're going to be the most depressed.
to celebrate what? And like there are like a list. I looked into this. There's like a list of like former players who are all going, and I'm like, listen, I've been a Browns fan my whole life. What former Browns player is going to give you joy? Like Joe Thomas wants nothing to do with this, guys. He's literally the most famous Brown in the past however many years. Like who's bringing you joy?
You don't want to go on a cruise with Kelly Holcomb? Come on.
Like get out of here. Like what is this? Why?
Yeah. I think it's interesting because this is the beginning of March. So it's like right after football season ends. And any diehard football fan, because I'm assuming only diehard football fans would sign up for a Cleveland Browns fan cruise. Most diehard football fans by March are ready for a little bit of a football detox. And I don't know that they want to do that football detox on a boat with all of their football friends. Like, I think people just want to kind of hunker down and take a break.
Like, I'm going to be honest with you. We've talked about fan cruises and fan trips and things before. And I got to tell you, man, this sounds like the worst one. Like, we've made fun of a lot of them, like, you know, Backstreet Boys cruises, and talked about, you know, like the obsessed fan cultures and all that. But no. A bunch of football fans. Like, I'm good. Listen, I'm making fun of this because I'm a Browns fan, so it's funny, but like, I'm not going on anybody's football fan. Like, I'm just thinking of the teams. Like, I don't go on a Notre Dame fan cruise. Just sounds like it smells like old people.
I was just going to say, dude, it would be, I mean, just advertise that at the retirement communities in your area.
God, like just a bunch of people talking about Newt Rockney. And fucking Lou Holtz is doing like an hour presentation.
Yeah, Ron Powless is the guest of honor.
God, no. Would you go on a Pitt football fan cruise?
That's the thing, man. Unless it's on like the Gateway Clipper, probably not. I'm probably not going on it. I'll be honest with you. I love my Pitt fan friends, but you know what? There's enough empty seats at the stadium that we all get to see each other during football season. I'm not, and I'm on the message boards. Like, I'm good. I don't need that.
The Pitt football fan cruise happens every week. It's from the Gateway Clipper to Hinesfield.
Yeah, we do it every week. Come on. We do it in the snow. Okay. So I'm ready for a break from cruises by the time football season's over.
And that's all you can take. You're just like, yep, that's it. The length of that ride, I'm good. Yeah, 5 days. 5 days.
By the end of football season, we're all sick of football and sick of each other, and we just need a break.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the weirdest thing I saw. I don't know if anyone could see anything weirder than that popping up in their life.
That one was very weird, and I understand it. Mine, in terms of weirdest things I saw for whatever reason, the algorithm was showing me lots of different like adventure activities where the line snapped. And that just made me confirm for me, like, why do people do this? Like parasailing on vacation and the line snaps and then you fall into the ocean, or like rock climbing and the person belaying you isn't doing it right and then you fall and you don't get caught. Like, I just think there's things that humans weren't meant to do, you know? And so I'm going to stay here with my feet firmly planted on the ground. There's a lot of those activities that I have no desire to. I don't have a desire to climb a mountain. I don't have a desire to go parasailing. I don't have a desire to go bungee jumping, any of that type of stuff. Skydiving, I will die a perfectly happy and content man saying that I didn't get close to that. Because I don't think we were put on this earth to do it.
What were you searching for?
Nothing, man. Dude, they did For You, because everything is a For You page now. Yeah. I hate it. Hate it. Because it's only showing stuff to me that I wouldn't otherwise look for.
Dude, the TikTok one, to me, I don't know how you feel, is the best one. The Instagram one is annoying because you can search for one thing or click on one thing that you thought was interesting, and then for the next month, you're flooded with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, Instagram, figure it out. Like, I don't want this. I just wanted this one thing one day. I don't need it to be my thing forever. Like, yeah. I don't know.
They got to understand that, like, sometimes I watch something because it's like cringy, not because I want to see more of it. It's just like, you showed it to me and I was like, yikes. But like, yeah. I think there's you have the ability to hide posts, but it takes so much work to do it.
Ugh. Like, that's one thing for me. It's like, I'm not dedicated enough to, like, you know, people like, you know, they block people or they like hide posts. It's like, you do the click here, or unfriend people. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I'm like, I don't care enough.
And if we did that, then we wouldn't have as much good content for this segment.
See, that's why we do it. But yeah, start clicking on some other stuff. I recommend earwax removal videos.
Oh, bro, I see enough of that. I see enough of that at the doctor every time my kid has an ear infection. I don't need any more. No.
Check those out. Those are some wild ones right there. Yeah, let that flood your feed for a week. All right, well, let's get into music, Christopher, and I'm gonna go first because I talked about her last week. Lola Young, she's got this song because I'm just now going through her whole catalog because I'm obsessed with this girl and her voice. She's got a song called "Fuck," that is awesome, and it's about a relationship, and it's great, and just that's it. F***K, but it's called "Fuck." Just letting everybody know. Lola Young, check it out.
Yo. My first one, I haven't picked a song yet, but Enema of the State turned 25.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little off-putting?
I had a topic. This is a topic for next week, so I don't want to get into this right now because I had this topic because I want all three of us to do this. But I went to a party. I went to like a community park gathering last week, and there was a Britney Spears impersonator. Oh. And like freaking her first song, "Baby Hit Me One More Time," it's 25 years. It's like 25 years old. And then there were Beatles impersonators and Rolling Stones impersonators. Hold My Hand's playing. My kids never heard that song before. Beatles, not me and my wife's jam, but it was my parents' jam. Okay. When I was little, growing up, probably their age, that song was like 25 to 30 years old. I got a topic in my head about these things because that right there fits right into that, because it's like, that's 25 years old. Your kids, like, this is what you're playing for them. That's what they're playing for. So the whole thing.
Yeah. I already don't feel good about it, but yeah, we'll put something from Enema on there. The further we get from it, the more amazing it is to me. Like, when you hear what popular music is now, it's just amazing to me that we had that small snippet of time where pop punk was like the biggest thing in music. And like an album like Enema was the #1 album, and it was just full of like dick jokes. Like it's amazing to me that era happened, and I'm so glad that I grew up in.
Yeah, I would love for maybe it's done before, but I would just love to get a bunch of kids that are in high school right now to listen to a lot of music from 2000 to 2003 and just get their reactions to certain things.
We can do it with our kids in another 10 years.
Oh boy, that'll be
a great segment on the Brunch Breakdown.
Oh, that'll be hilarious. All right. Fig, who I've put on the playlist a lot. She's got this song called The Goo that I really like. Fig, The Goo. It's a good song. Just trust me on that.
Well, by the name of it, I'm a little intrigued, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's a really good song.
My #2 is, I think for the second week in a row, Eternal Boy. All the Things You Never Told Me. They put out another pre-release song from their upcoming album. And good friends of ours, Rishi is a friend he's the lead singer and guitar player. And not just featuring them though, because they're friends. Their music is incredible.
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to put, I don't know what Nelly song I'm going to put on the playlist, but I'm going to put a Nelly song on the playlist because I was, of course, listening to a podcast and Nelly was talking about how his era of hip hop was the toughest one in the history of hip hop. When we mean toughest, just like the hardest to put out music and it actually like deliver. And I was like, that's a statement. So then I listened to the rest of it and he's just talking about how like when I put out music, I was putting out music against Ludacris, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, like early Kanye, like, and I was like DMX and I was like, oh my God. Wow. And he was selling more records than everybody. So I was like, wow, I didn't really think about it that way. It really was. But that goes to your point. It was a time. Eminem, it was a time. It was a time. So Nelly's going on the playlist this week. Not sure where we're going, but he's going.
Put out music up against the band.
Yup. The band.
Tough. My last one is from, I don't know why they came to mind. I really don't. I think I thought about like Nelly, the St. Lunatics, then baseball, and then I think the band had Batter Up, right?
Yep. No, Batter Up was Nelly's, but then the band did a video that looked exactly like Batter Up.
Okay,
for whatever song they had. Yeah, I don't know why, but they did. That's honestly what it was.
They were at a Little League baseball park. Yeah.
Yeah.
My last one, I have a contractual obligation to promote Biba Doobie whenever she puts out a song. Coming Home, brand new song from the Biebs.
Yes,
this week.
the new Biebs.
The new
Biba
Biebs.
Doobie. Has Biba Doobie taken over Justin Bieber? Is she the new Biebs?
Absolutely.
Yep. Biba Doobie, the new Biebs. You heard it here first on the Brunch Breakdown. Well, that's what we're listening to. Check out the playlist on Spotify. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. Christopher, this has been a fun one. A lot of dad stuff. Got some Yellowstone. Any final thoughts?
I think the type of cruise I would want to go on would be like a Brunch Breakdown cruise. I think I would be good on that one where it's not like you're trying to meet Bernie Kosar. It's more like we're all just trying to like get together and talk about that stuff, not meet the people, and maybe have some mimosas along the way. That's my kind of cruise.
Yeah. With grocery store music playing nonstop.
Oh, Edwin McCain the entire time.
The whole time. Like, yeah, Edwin McCain, Jason Mraz, yeah, just the homies.
Yeah.
And they'll be there live playing. What else are they doing? It's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.